Welcome, One More Gamers, to One More Game Podcast, episode 36. It's the 14th of December, almost Christmas, 2022. I am your host, theStroke, and I am here with my good friends, Swiftmida. What's up, dude? Yeah, my wife is also sick, and I'm also joined here by ImPickleMatt. Are you sick? All right, I am also jamming out, but I have just noticed that the stream probably cannot hear you guys, so I'm working on that issue. All right, how about now?
How about that?
All right, we're good to go. It should be good for the podcast, but those poor viewers. If you're joining us in the chat, thanks for being here as always. And I think we've got it fixed, and it's almost Christmas time, boys. It's getting colder. What's going on over in sunny Arizona? It's 65, probably freezing your little tushy off.
Dude, I wish. Today I woke up and took Paisley on a walk. It was 38 degrees, and my body is not meant for that anymore. So I have sweatpants on. I have this dope like waffle shirt that we wear on deployments.
Oh yeah.
Slash under our flight suits, and I had my massive jacket on because I was frigid out there.
PickleMatt, did you guys get a tornado warning?
We had a tornado watch, but no warning.
Okay.
But yeah, there's a thunderstorm that rolled through with that front. It was crazy.
Well, the holiday weather continues to get crazy, as does World Cup soccer. We're headed to the finals, boys. We got France versus Argentina. Who you got?
I don't care about any sport that counts up to any kind of, the time clock counts up. I'm not watching that sport.
I honestly don't know. I don't know who I want to win. I kind of want Messi to win, but I've heard some rumors that he's kind of a douchebag to his teammates and especially other teammates or teams. Like at the very end of the Netherlands game, you saw him walk over to the Netherlands coaches and like talk. I don't know if he was talking shit. I don't know if he was saying, "Hey guys, nice," but it seemed like it was not so cordial. So I don't know. I don't want France to repeat. Is the bottom line, I guess.
Yeah, I hate repeats. Get out of here with that.
Yeah.
I think 90% of the world was hoping for Morocco though.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I've been to Morocco and
same.
I don't know if I actually would have wanted that. But anyways, let's move on. Let's talk about video games. How about? We are your gaming podcast. We love to bring you news, game reviews, upcoming releases, anything from the industry, and we're glad you're joining us here, either listening on your podcast apps or joining us live in the chat. If you are listening and would like to join us live, we cast every Wednesday night at 10 p.m. Eastern at twitch.tv/OMGpodcast. That's the thing that I was trying to say. But with that, let's get into the news, gaming news for the week. All right, we've alluded to this for the last who knows how long, and we told you this was going to happen somewhere first, second week of December, and we should have bet on it on FanDuel, but the FTC sues Microsoft to block that Activision Blizzard purchase, $75 billion. Billion? Million. Billion.
Trillion.
What do you think, boys? Surprised? We've talked about this for a long time. Not surprised.
Not surprised.
I find it odd that every government is concerned about this monopoly specifically, as opposed to like other ones.
Yeah.
Like, how am I supposed to get my Taylor Swift concert tickets when Ticketmaster is just effing things up?
There is that. Also, Disney literally owns every piece of media. But anyways.
Yeah. I think
no big
Microsoft
surprise.
They need more lobbyists, apparently.
It's also
That'll be their
important to
next-
realize that just because they're being sued doesn't mean this still can't happen. They could win the lawsuit, obviously. So, yeah. Anyways.
Was Blizzard acquired by Activision at some point?
Yeah, many, many years ago.
I can't wait for Google, Microsoft, Activision, Blizzard to make some new games.
Tesla, Google, Microsoft, Apple, Blizzard.
Yeah.
Cool. Well, anyways, speaking of Tesla, we'll just hop right into this. But now, we talked about it a while back, but you can officially play your video games on your Tesla with one caveat. It must be, a Model S or basically the brand new top of the line stuff. But, if you wanted to play...
Only the higher models.
Didn't know that Twitter had sound, but yeah, here it is. Playing Steam games, accessing your whole library on a Tesla screen. I don't know how this is going to happen because I try to play some of their other games that are installed on there already, and it is very slow and glitchy. And if you, God forbid, try to do anything else with your car while one of these games is running full swing, like I tried to go in reverse one time, like mid-game without backing out of it, and everything froze up. I had to restart the whole thing. So,
dude, I thought it was funny because on the trailer there, you see a dude essentially picking up a PS5 controller. And then I looked at Twitter earlier when I was doing some research, and Elon Musk tweeted in the replies, he's like, also works with keyboard and mouse. It's like, how the hell are you hooking a keyboard and mouse up in there? Are you playing on your lap and on the center console?
Dude, I will gladly go supercharge my Tesla for 30 minutes every day if I get to play Steam on it, though.
I mean, this is so cool.
Get
The
some quiet time.
The sheer possibility of this is one of the coolest modern things I've seen in a long time.
I was telling my friends a little bit ago that husbands are going to be tried to kick out, they're going to try to get kicked out of the house. They can go sleep in their Tesla and play Steam.
There's going to be a rapid missing husbands trend going on.
Yeah.
Very nice. Well, there you have it. What are the official things? Does this have to be a Model S or a Model X? Is that what they're saying?
That's what I've heard. It has to be, X or S.
I guarantee Cybertruck will have it, so they have my pre-order now.
Cyberpunk in the Cybertruck. While you Yeah. Oh, sorry.
Don't waste your money on Cyberpunk. It ain't worth it.
I think it is these days, which we'll talk about here in a little bit. But anyways, all right, moving on. Oh, speaking of funny Tesla gaming stories, Jen and I were waiting for a Chipotle order the other day, mobile order, and so we were just waiting in the Tesla, and Jen was driving because sometimes she likes to drive it, and the kids are in the back, so like, what do we do? And we pulled up the driving game, and she starts playing, and as soon as it starts, she turns a couple times, and she looks away. She's like, I have to stop. I'm going to throw up because she got spatially disoriented while playing the racing game with the wheel.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
And she thought she was actually driving.
Yeah. She's like, this is weird because you use the brake and the wheel.
I've never played that. I got nervous because I think I had tried one time and it said the wheel will actually turn while you're playing this. And I didn't know if it was the steering wheel or the actual car wheels. And I didn't want bald spots developing on my tires as I was turning the wheel.
The wheels of your car will actually turn. Yeah.
The wheels on your actual car turn?
Yeah. Because your car is still on.
Yeah. See, that seems horrible for your tires.
Yeah, it is. Of course it is.
Yeah, it is.
Wait till you see what Cyberpunk will do to your tires.
Yeah. I guess I need to start bringing a controller in my car. I don't know. But anyways.
Yeah.
All right. Well, another article out about Microsoft. Microsoft has reportedly offered Sony Call of Duty on PlayStation Plus. That's how much they're trying to get this deal to go through. But Sony is probably the main whiny crybaby about this whole deal because, they don't want to lose out on Call of Duty.
Yeah, I mean, they have to be.
What do you think about that? That would be pretty big because Call of Duty's not even on Game Pass.
I mean, I would still not play it on PlayStation because I suck at FPS now on controller, but it would be very interesting. So Warzone is already free, right, for everybody. Right. So I think you would. I think you'd get quite a few downloads on PlayStation, but I have to assume that people aren't buying an Xbox just for just for Call of Duty right now. So I think Microsoft wouldn't be losing out on that much by doing that, besides the $60 to $70 of income or whatever it is per copy that they would have sold. So I don't know. It seems like for a $75 billion acquisition, it seems like a pretty small chunk out of that. But it'd be awesome for PlayStation owners, I guess.
Yeah,
also, I mean, are we already at the point where it's not on PlayStation?
It's on PlayStation, but PlayStation Plus, it would make the games free if you subscribe to PlayStation Plus.
Yeah, but Warzone 2 is already free.
Yeah, but I'm talking about the other stupid gun leveling simulators.
Oh, yeah. All right.
Plus this would include the whole franchise. Like PlayStation Plus gets Call of Duty games on there.
Right.
That's kind of what they're getting at. But PlayStation's not quite as keen as other platforms like Valve and or Nintendo, obviously, because they have the most to lose with all of this deal taking place. I don't know. I'm kind of getting over this whole drama, and I'm ready to move on.
Yeah, we talk about it week after week. Let's just either don't let it happen or make it happen.
Yeah.
Come on.
Well, cool. Let's move on to something way more interesting, like probably my favorite gaming bit of news that we released last year. But Super Mario World, or Nintendo World, or whatever it's going to be called, Super Nintendo World at Universal Studios in Los Angeles has a release date out now. Looks like it's going to be, February 17th of 23. You can go and live in the Mushroom Kingdom. Boys, when are we getting our plane tickets?
I want to go. It looks awesome.
Dude, how cool would this be if we went and live casted from that?
Oh my gosh.
It'd be so cool.
It looks so good. In the videos, the way they did the animation of real objects and things, it's pretty incredible.
It looks unreal. It's crazy.
It does. It looks like you're looking at a 3-dimensional game, which is really impressive.
Yeah. I'm for this.
That shell is so cool. Spinny shell.
Yeah, I honestly cannot wait till I can get there.
Are they gonna have go-karts with augmented reality or something?
They do, yeah. At least the one in Japan, the Mario Kart ride. I think there's 2 rides. One is a Mario Kart game and one ride, and I can't remember what the other one was. At least for the Japan one. And you wear augmented glasses so you can see like your turtle shells and stuff hitting the next players, and it'll make the people in front of you like get hit and whatnot. So it should be pretty cool.
That's cool.
Can you imagine just driving around in your go-kart and all of a sudden you get hit by something you didn't see coming and you spin out? I mean, clearly it doesn't do that.
Or like
I would have done that 5 times on my.
Yeah,
I would have done that 5 times on my way home from work today.
It reminds me of that video of that dude that would drive around the city in a go-kart in a Mario suit and throw banana peels, real banana peels behind him, and the cops pull over.
Was that Remy Garrard? I think he's been arrested
Remy
500 times.
or something.
I think, the police pulled him over.
Yeah,
I miss that guy. Well, cool.
It kind of reminds me of that. I forget what the name is, but we were talking about it a couple weeks ago or a few weeks ago. Where you essentially have a Switch controller and you can control the cart in your living room.
Yeah.
And it has all the things like it's real life that, which is very cool.
I can't wait. And if this podcast still exists by the time that happens, we need to go there.
Oh yeah.
I guess that's only like 2 months away.
Yeah. What is? Jeez.
It's only 8 episodes. We got this. Cool. I was thinking like next year. Sorry. No, there's nobody read into that, guys. Come on, it's fine.
Still,
one more game is fine. We have one more episode and then we're done.
No Manchester.
All right, cool. Moving on. All right, I guess we'll talk about this here, but we're going to cover the Game Awards here as our major topic of the day, just so you guys can kind of get updated on that if you didn't get to check out the live stream. But let's talk about a little bit of what happened at the end there. So we were all watching. I think the two of you peeled off to do some real life stuff, and me and Butter Toast were catching the tail end, and they were giving the Game of the Year award away to Elden Ring's publisher From Software, and the very humble, respectful Japanese man and his interpreter gave a speech, and I'm talking to Butter Toast, and I'm like, do you see that kid in the background? Like, he does not look Japanese and looks kind of like terrified. And James is like trying to listen, and I'm like, okay. And then all of a sudden, he gets up there after this speech, and you hear like talking. The camera's not even on him anymore, and he says something about Bill Clinton and a Reformed Orthodox rabbi. I'm not even sure what was going on there. And if I had that platform, I think I would have come up with something a little bit better. But what have you guys read anything about this weird situation?
Dude, I watched a YouTube video. Asmongold was reacting to somebody's video. I don't know who the other streamer or content creator was, but the kid literally, so like all the From Software guys came up this aisle, and this kid just kind of wandered up with them and met them in the middle. And he's literally on the stage, and he's like patting them on the back, like, yeah, we did it, blah, blah, blah. And then he just kind of hangs out there in the back, like searching for the camera. He literally looks up at one point and is looking at the projection of the scene and like moves. You can see him move.
Yeah.
And the speech at the end, I was just like, what is happening? Like,
it was
really?
So weird. Like, this could have gone way worse, obviously, but
it could have been.
I'm glad there was nothing nefarious going on. I don't know if he was like it was a bet or something, but kudos, I guess. I know he got arrested for trespassing. So, what do you think, Worth? He's a legend in the gaming culture.
Yeah, no, I don't think so. I don't think he's a legend. I think he's just the guy that everyone talked about for 12 minutes, and that was it.
You're gonna have so many people trying to do the same thing now.
His hair looks like the boss in Elden Ring with the horse, General whatever. If he dyed his hair red, he would. So they need to make him a boss in their next game.
Oh yeah.
General Radahn, maybe that was. Anyways,
Radahn, yeah, that's it.
Well, look forward to seeing that guy in the next From Software game, and that's gonna about wrap it up for the news for the week until we get into the Game Awards here shortly. But yeah, what about you guys? Got any news going on in your gaming worlds?
No.
Good.
Nothing.
Good. Well, then let's move on into the games radar for the week. I gotta get rid of that sound bite. It's terrible.
That sound clip wasn't good.
No.
I just see your nugget shaking, that frown on your face.
It sounds like a old school waltz from medieval times. I don't know what's going on. Anyways, let's see. If you don't own a PS5 and been hearing all the hype recently about God of War Ragnarok, well, fret no more. You can download and play Lego God of War Ragnarok on your PC. What is happening here, Swift?
I don't know. Apparently, Lego God of War Ragnarok is available on PC, free to play. I figure the graphics and fight scenes are just as well polished as the actual game.
I
Yeah.
can't. Are you slicing like little Lego heads off?
Yeah, right.
Dude. So
You just
well,
pop a Lego head off.
when I read the article, I was very confused. I was like, okay, surely this is like a mod to some game and it's like some fan created thing. No, this is Lego God of War Ragnarok, like the official Lego company, and it's free. What dimension are we in?
I don't know. Like, how does this? We have games that are games, but different now. Like, not only do we have remakes and reimaginings and whatever, we have games that were just released that are released for free on a different platform, but now they're Legos so that everyone can enjoy it. Like, what the hell is happening?
Well, now that I'm watching, like, I don't know, a lot of this. Oh gosh, him with his little axe. Dear
Unreal
God.
Engine. I was literally just doing this all day long.
I just, oh man, it's so crazy to me that apparently this is free to play. Just like, yeah, we created their whole world just in Legos.
Well,
That's pretty wild.
Looks pretty awesome. I might that shot. Oh, they're like.
I gotta finish the actual game first. I don't want to spoil. I don't want a Lego spoiler.
Everyone dies.
Speaking of God of War, Amazon just gave the God of War TV series a go, so they're gonna roll with it. But dude, my initial impressions are very low. This is gonna be garbage, right?
The show,
the God of War TV show. Yeah, well, I don't think the combat system and how awesome the settings are going to lend itself well to TV.
Dude, didn't you see Spartacus back in the day? That show was outstanding.
Yeah, there was a lot of wieners and boobs.
It's just softcore porn with some fight scenes.
No, it was like 300, but better.
It was the bringer of rain, dude. Don't you know anything? Well, I think the show could be good depending on how they decide to portray the lore, but also are they going to start from? Are we starting from the beginning with old God of War? What's going on? Are we getting the origin? I don't know.
Proper Pearl Clutcher just said Corey Barlog is executive producing it. I don't know who Corey is, but he must be good.
You don't know who Corey Barlog is?
No.
Well, now Improper Pearl Clutcher is probably going to tell you, oh, it's the dude that made the 2018 game.
Well, there you go.
What's up? Executive producers sometimes don't have a whole lot of influence, but
yeah, a whole lot of sway.
So he probably knows how to do a high budget TV show for sure, since he did the game.
Well, he knows how to use the phrase "boy" very effectively.
Boy.
Anyways, moving on. High on Life is out now. It's free on Xbox Game Pass, which is kind of a deceptive tactic. Not free because you're paying for Game Pass, but it's on there and is from the creators of Rick and Morty. And it's from what I heard from people I've talked to who've played the thing, it is raunchy, like you'd expect from these guys. It is fourth wall breaking, funny, and definitely don't play it in front of kids, and you're going to have a great time. And Swift and I covered this game, I think, in one of our very early episodes, and we've been excited about it. So that might be something I check out here in the next week or so. What about you guys?
I downloaded it today. I haven't played it, but I downloaded it and am very excited based on all the Instagram reels that I've seen of people playing this game where the gun is talking to you and just saying the most absurd things.
Oh, I just hit the install button. I mean, my name is ImPickleMatt is based on Rick and Morty.
Yeah.
So. Did you guys see the latest episode?
No.
Oh, it's making fun of Star Wars a lot. It's a really good one.
Nice.
But yeah, it looks like the exact same humor as the show, which I find incredibly hilarious.
New Star Wars?
Yeah,
I'm excited.
I think it's going to be really good. It's only, I looked it up on Game Pass. It's only 10, 11 hours to beat the campaign. So
Dude,
not like
it's-
super crazy time sync.
I'll be done
It's
tomorrow.
also 50 gigabytes, so it might take you about 20 hours to
Yeah.
install it.
I mean, the textures and everything looks super, like really, really good. So this is going to be a home run.
Like I said, I haven't played it. I don't know if, I'm assuming you can get different guns with different voices and different humor, but the things I've seen with that blue gun, the guy on the screen right now, it's just comedy.
Yeah. Oh God.
I bet the reviews will be mixed though, because I feel like you probably have to really enjoy the humor in order to
Yeah, probably.
enjoy the game.
Yeah, there'll be
Without
there'll be sticks in the mud who are like, "Oh, this game sucks. The shooting is terrible," and they never stop shutting up about funny stuff.
Yeah, exactly. Give me some more story. I need more story.
I want to play Life is Strange. Anyways, there you have it. High on Life out now. Xbox Game Pass. Go check it out and let us know what you think at Twitter at OMG_podcastGG. We'd love to hear from you. And also, while you're there, you can hit that follow button and enter yourself in for a chance to win this.
Wow, the whole slide out of screen. Love that.
Disappeared.
Wonder if there's any. Is there green on any of the box?
Probably. There's probably some invisible stuff. Oh, if you hit it at a weird angle, it starts to disappear. Anyways, the BD-1 Lego set from Jedi Fallen Order, that's the droid that you roll with. We've got one of these to give away. All you got to do is follow us on Twitter, leave us a review on Apple Podcasts, and go ahead and link your Twitter handle in there so we know that you're also following us, and you'll be entered in for a chance to win this thing. It's only 1,062 pieces, so it should take you, a couple hours.
Yeah, I saw it was 1,062. It looked small initially, and I was like, what is that thing, like 12 pieces? And then I saw 1,062. I was like, okay, that's good. It's a good time investment.
Good size, so to speak.
Based on, that's what she said, but based on the giveaways that are happening, I kind of want to not podcast anymore and just enter the
enter all
giveaways.
the awesome OMG podcast giveaways.
Am I disqualified from these? This is
Yep.
bull crap.
We love your guys' continued support and listening, but we're trying to get this thing growing. So if you would be so kind as to share the podcast and join in our competitions for these giveaways, we'd love it. We'd love you. All right. Where were we? Swift, tell us about Blacktail.
All right, so Blacktail, it's out on PS5, Xbox, PC tomorrow, December 15th. I'm going to spare you all the description. Essentially, you're a magic person.
You're a wizard, Ari.
Yeah. So the trailer actually starts out with, you can go watch the trailer at blacktail.game, and it's actually pretty entertaining because it starts out with, the initial description is there are two witches in this scenario, and turns out there's only one, and you can go through this world discovering memories and either become the good witch or the bad witch. So it kind of reminds me of that game that you guys have recommended to me multiple times.
Wizard of Oz.
No.
Fable. You're talking about
Fable.
Fable.
Yeah. Fable. Okay. Where you get to make, so you're a singular person. It's very much an archer combat style. But you get to decide whether to be good or bad, and that's how the story unfolds in either direction. So
cool.
I thought it was really interesting. And the trailer is really entertaining. If you could hear the audio, it would be better, but sadly we can't do that.
DMCA. Oh, I want to play more games with Slavic folklore because I don't know much about it and it's super creepy and cool.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That might be the new Assassin's Creed in a few years, but
yeah.
Yeah, like I said, you're essentially trying to figure out your past, and you get to make decisions, good or bad.
It's a perfect game too because everybody is a sneak archer in every game that they play.
Every time I try to start a new Skyrim game, I think I'm going to be a badass melee wielding orc. 3 hours later, I'm sneaking, shooting people in the back with my bow. Every time.
Every time.
Blacktail, check that out on PS5, Xbox, and PC on December 15th. That's tomorrow. This is going to be the year of witch games. We had Destiny, what was it? Something Witch Queen. This game.
Yep.
Then Assassin's Creed game is going to be Slavic folklore / witchy. The trailer for the next Hades, they talked about the origins of witchcraft. So what's up with, what is it? What's going on here?
New hotness.
Scarlet Witch, she started it all. Actually, it was that movie, The Witch. Anyways. All right, and also Resident Evil 7 is available on Switch on December 16th, a couple days from now. I do not know why you would ever play this on Switch, but that's an opportunity for you.
Yeah.
It's the highest selling console of this generation.
Truth. Cool. We'll get into more upcoming game announcements here coming up in the major topic of the week, but if you're excited about a game coming out and want to hear about it on the Games Radar, let us know on Twitter, Instagram, or send us an email at OMGpodcastGG@gmail.com. We'd love to hear from you. Or you can also join our Discord. PickleMatt's going to drop that in the Twitch chat. I'll drop it in the link for the description for the podcast. Join OneMoreGame Discord. We'd love to have you, get in there, play some games with us, talk about games. Also, you can check out PickleMatt's channel on that Discord for sweet pickles. PickleMatt, what is a sweet pickle?
A sweet pickle is a giveaway or a good deal on a game or video game related thing, or maybe a piece of technology that I just think people might want to buy because it's on sale or a good deal. So every once in a while I'm going to be posting deals there. We've got a patch bot that links all the free games in there, which is super cool. So you can parse through that without having to go to a bunch of websites. But this week for Sweet Pickles, we got Last of Us 2. It's $10. $10 on PlayStation.
Can't afford
you can buy
not
this
to
one
buy it.
$.
I know. And then if you buy the PS4 version, it's a free upgrade anyway. So don't feel bad if you have to buy the PS4 if the PS5 one sold out or something. I don't even know if they make the PS5 one in its own case, but yeah, $10 right now. And then you've still got deals going on for the Xbox Series S if for some reason that you want that, $250, and there's free controllers and whatnot. And then if you're looking for a Meta Quest, formerly the Oculus Quest, $50 off that thing, which is actually $50 more than what it was about 6 months ago before all this inflation.
Damn good deal.
But they're including a bunch of free games with that. 2 free games, I believe. One of them that I saw had Beat Saber, which is super awesome because Beat Saber just released their newest song pack, and it was like Kiss and a couple other rock bands that I really can't wait to try out.
Yeah, it's like a little classic. I guess we call it classic rock now, but yeah, 80s, 90s rock in there. So usually they kind of have stuck to more EDM and pop stuff. So it's cool to see some rock stuff getting on there.
Got to keep that body moving. You watch all those EDMers out there. They're always moving their bodies at the concerts. So
yeah, but look how skinny rock stars are. Oh, that's all.
Yeah,
that's all the cocaine and heroin. I forgot. Anyways,
Guns N' Roses I think was also part of that.
Yeah.
Pack.
Yep.
Yeah.
I might check that out because I love that game and I love that music.
Yeah.
The Linkin Park and Green Day and Panic at the Disco pack are all really good. So I probably lends itself to some fun.
Yeah. I'm trying to think what did they release that I could not stand?
Is it Blackpink in your area?
What?
You never heard Blackpink? Oh, Korean K-pop band.
Oh yeah, no, we didn't get into that.
No.
Oh no. All right. Anyways, there it is. PickleMatt Sweet Pickles for the week. Get in that Discord, and you'll find those all day time. And also our giveaway description for how to enter into that thing is also in that channel. All right, boys, let's do this. Let's move into the major topic for the week, the 2022 Game Awards. All right. That felt good. That felt better. Somebody wrote a penis in the show notes, and we're moving on. So, if you did join us last week, I think it was Thursday. We did have a live react to the Game Awards, which I'll get up on our YouTube channel if you want to check that out at youtube.com/@OMGpodcast. But yeah, there was some awesome. I don't know. Overall, what were your guys' thoughts? I think this was probably the best one of these that I've seen. Swift and I kind of reviewed it last year, and it was very advertisement heavy and kind of not very noteworthy. A lot of the world premieres were kind of lame. I was pleasantly surprised by a lot of the stuff that we saw this time. What were your guys' overall thoughts?
I mean, I thought same kind of thing as you. The fact that these things go for 5 hours is crazy to me. Like, come on, let's wrap it up.
And this does it like they were rapid firing all the awards, right? They didn't give speeches to many people besides the man who did a 12-minute one, but we'll talk about that here in a minute. But
yeah.
So the Oscars,
overall, I
man,
thought it was good though.
Yeah.
For at least the part that I got to see, because I had to, go Betty by.
You're muted or something. Not like this. We lost PickleMatt, as is tradition. Cool. Well, what we'll do here is
we'll check.
There he
is.
There's the
dude.
Guy.
The crowd there compared to the Oscars is hilarious.
Yeah.
The supposed most beautiful people in the world, obviously, famous people versus like game
devs.
Yeah, it's different.
A lot of that crowd is mostly game media, is what I kind of learned after doing some research.
Nobody's wearing Balenciaga or what other. I only know that from the recent controversy, but all those famous designers and stuff.
Yeah, I'm sure most of the people in the crowd are wearing like Men's Warehouse suits and stuff. So,
I mean, we saw that the kid was wearing cargo pants and a hoodie. So that's all you need to get in.
Is that what we're calling him? The kid?
I think he was a kid. He's much younger than I am.
No, I mean like the kid. I think his name is officially the kid.
Yeah. It's boy. Except we can't call him boy because that's too cool.
Yeah.
In 50 years, we'll find that kid started the jackpot.
Oh God, that was the trigger.
Yeah,
I don't know. Just based on what he was saying, it just seemed like he was not like a part of the. He was in a different reality or something. I was confused as to what was happening.
He might have been a little high on something. Who knows?
Yeah. Well, cool. Swift has done us the favor of watching all of the trailers, the world premiere trailers, once again today, and organizing them into what everyone loves the most is tier lists.
Yeah, my eyes were literally bleeding earlier.
Did you decide to buy Mario Rabbids Sparks of Hope?
No, I did not. I watched that trailer over 50 times, and I did not decide to buy it.
Yeah, Rabbids are only good in small doses. If you play that game for too long, you're just like, oh my God, how do we like this? Cool. Let's see. Returnal Last of Us Part 1 available. What's going on here? PC early 2023.
Yeah, from PS5 available on PC early 2023. Returnal and Last of Us Part 1.
Oh, gotcha. Nice.
Yep.
That's pretty awesome. That's solid. PlayStation keeps bringing their games to PC, and that's super dope for PC players because there's so many good exclusives.
If you don't have a PS5, I played Returnal. Haven't beaten it, but it is wild.
Dude, did you get to the first time that you think you're about to beat the game?
No.
Okay. I'm not going to spoil it, but make sure you, watch that whole cutscene and just imagine that it's awesome. The first, you'll know when you cross that. You need to keep playing.
Yeah.
How long of an experience is that game? It's a fairly small game, isn't it?
Well, it's a roguelite, so like it depends, how good you are at the game and how much.
Oh, I'm really good.
It really depends on how good you are at the game, honestly.
Yeah.
Cool.
I'm playing on controller and it's a first-person shooter, so I'm not good at the game, so it will take me a very long time.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of these PlayStation games going over to PC, even if I have a PlayStation, because I really like to, test out the hardware, get them frames up. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Well, plus you can kind of catch up if you missed a bunch of games because you're either didn't own one or like you were just behind, which is cool.
Yeah. That's probably the catalyst that got Swift and I into God of War revival. So cool. All right, we'll do as we always do in these type of things, but we'll talk about these in a tier list. So we might as well start with the creme de la creme, the S tier. We'll take turns doing this. I'll talk about my favorite one, Destiny 2 Lightfall, and we all knew about it, but they gave their little world premiere trailer. Yeah, that's up there, and they showed some of the abilities. And the mobility looks awesome. The hunter looks like a freaking ninja with the Strand class, whatever it is. They didn't show a whole lot in way of like the boss or anything, or like who's going to be the big bad. But I know you boys are gonna not play with me, so that's cool.
I'll play. Yeah, we got time for that to come out. They didn't want to reveal too much.
Yeah. PickleMatt, what else you saw in your S tier?
My favorite in the S tier is probably Dune Awakening. So open world survival looks like, is it MMO too? Swift,
I think so.
Yeah. With what looks like a really cool story as well. So that one looks awesome. I'm a huge fan of the Dune series. I think we've talked about it before, but I read the books before the movie came out, and I'm really happy that the movie did come out because I think it made a lot more fans of the series itself. So more Dune content is good for me.
Yeah, I think this universe is probably one of the most unexplored in like a modern time frame, which I'm excited for them to start making more of this stuff.
I mean, Frank Herbert is widely credited with like starting the space opera genre, so creating basically that spawned Star Wars and Star Trek and all that.
Yeah, you can see all the tropes in Star Wars from even the Dune books and the original movies.
Yeah.
Yeah, this looks really cool. I think this is one of the earlier trailers they played, and I was pretty excited about it. But I still don't really know what you're going to be doing.
That's the biggest thing for me. Yeah. Like, I'm really excited about it, but at the same time, like, I feel like it's a very fine line to either make this awesome or really screw it up, depending on what you're actually doing.
Yeah, this is the only scene that looks like you're actually playing, and you're shooting a tank turret. So I don't know if it's going to be a first-person shooter or what's going on, but
yeah, the graphics look solid, and I think they nailed the environmentals based on what I imagined when I was reading. So.
Yeah, I mean, I'm excited for it. I'm going to play it regardless.
But. Yeah, I mean, if that movie was visually stunning, so I hope they kind of
the second one comes out next year as well.
Can we sidebar here for just 1 second?
Oh, we can.
Has anybody seen a single movie that was nominated for Best Picture?
I have
don't
no
know.
idea.
What is the list?
I don't
Can you
watch
give me
the
list?
Oscars or whatever you're getting at.
Okay. Best Picture Oscars nominations. I will say that Top Gun Maverick did not make it.
Wow. That's
So,
insane to me.
I thought that movie
Yeah.
was awesome.
I don't know, man. Standard Oscars, man. They think they're high in their own supply. Nobody's. Oh wait, Top Gun Maverick did make it. Someone told me wrong. I don't know.
Well, don't believe
Anyway.
everything you hear, dude.
I
Well,
know, right?
I was excited about this. I don't know. I think we talked about this, but so when this trailer started, all I saw was Supergiant Games, and I was like, "Oh, Hades!" But then they started showing the character, and I was like, "Oh, that's not him." And then they started talking about witches, but then they played the Hades like theme song, so I was like, "Oh, it is Hades too." So I was like, and then the whole crowd kind of went nuts because they kind of like, "Oh, we're getting a sequel." So different protagonist. From what I found out, that's the sister of the original main character from Hades. And your goal is to be to defeat the Titan of Time, Kronos. So same Greek kind of mythology going on. This game kind of lives in that same realm that God of War does with mythology. It's really cool how they kind of introduce the characters to you, but they also talk about like the dawn of witchcraft here. So it's gonna be a cool game. Obviously from Supergiant Games. This is the first time they've made a sequel to any of their games. So yeah, see how this thing goes. But I was super stoked about this.
Yeah, Swift, same. you haven't finished, or you haven't played much of Hades, right?
I have not finished Hades. No, I need to, and I'm excited for this. It looks really good.
Yeah, I've only played like 20 minutes in the Steam Deck, and it was really fun. I just got distracted by Elden Ring during that time.
Yeah.
Based on your guys' like time that you have to put towards games, I would highly recommend changing the difficulty setting. I think it's called dynamic, and it basically just makes you stronger after every time you die without like the normal strength increasing stuff. So it just makes it a lot more less frustrating because the first like unless you're super get good god gamer, you're gonna spend a lot of the early part of the game dying a lot.
Yeah,
but it is great.
Yeah, fair enough.
I'd like to go back. I know we talked about that. That's A tier in my mind. S tier. I want to talk about Replaced real quick.
Oh yeah, get after it.
If you can pull that trailer up. This is the only trailer that I actually wrote down during the Game Awards. Retro futuristic platformer. And the graphics look insane. The combat style looks insane. I don't know the story, but seriously, this game had me hooked from the minute I saw the first gameplay portion.
Yeah,
and so I don't even know how
I had
they
it way up in
do
S
this.
tier.
Like I was with you there, man, because like I originally saw you see the first kind of gameplay that we're watching right now, and you're like, oh, it's gonna be another side scroller kind of thing. And then as you watch more of the trailer, you're like, how do they do that with like the camera views, the motion effects, and all the other things? It's really incredible. I'm super excited about this. It looks like it looks like a high budget indie game.
And I think theStroke, Toast, and I were watching the stream when this came out, and we were all like, write that one down. Because, like you said, initially it looks like, okay, we're walking, 2D scroller, blah, blah, blah. And then all of a sudden you're climbing on stuff. Like,
there's literally ray tracing in a pixelated game. It just, to me, it makes zero sense how this is happening.
Yeah, it's wild.
Yeah,
I'm
when they start
very excited for this game.
Oh man. Yeah,
I still don't really know. Like,
I could get into this.
What the story is trippy. Dystopian future, boys, where everyone's a pixel.
Yeah.
Replaced.
I can't wait.
That out. 2022, they said. So is that like next week?
What do they say?
Playreplace.com.
It said revealed in 2022. I don't think it's coming out soon.
Yeah, that was the reveal trailer, so I don't know what they're getting at there. Do you guys put your real birthday in for when you're trying to watch mature trailers?
No, I enter the quickest way I can make it let me go.
Yeah.
Yeah, January 1st, 2000 or 2000 or whatever.
All right. What about Banishers, Ghost of Eden? This trailer was pretty cool. Kind of had like a psychological twist there. S tier?
Yeah, I just thought it was really interesting because they didn't show too much of gameplay or any gameplay, honestly.
Yeah, it was like 10 seconds at the end of the trailer, and it looked
Yeah.
cool, but not much.
But I thought like the intro to the story was really cool because you're essentially how they describe it is you are a couple that are romantically involved when you look up the actual like description of the game. And so this trailer starts and you're getting a drink or whatever it is, some food. And there's two people at the table. And then you quickly realize they're ghost banishers, whatever that means. Like you banish ghosts to the other realm. And as the trailer goes through, you realize there's actually only one person at the table. So I feel like
is a ghost.
The wife is the part of the ghost realm that helps you banish the actual ghost and helps you see them. I don't know. I thought it was really interesting.
It's just the Sixth Sense, Bruce Willis. That's what we're watching.
That's right.
That's The Witcher, dude. He's The Witcher.
Yeah.
That's what
Spoiler alert.
I was getting major Witcher vibes from this game.
Yeah, same.
Which
looks
Witcher
really
with
good.
ghosts.
Is a good thing. Yeah, I'm excited for that one, at least to check it out. But
yeah, I'll probably watch some Twitch streams first before I buy it. But I thought it looked really interesting.
Yeah, Ghosts of New Eden. There's a little bit of the gameplay there. He's even carrying like multiple swords on his back. He does have a gun, so it's definitely got some. It almost looks like they're in like the frontier.
That's a musket, right?
Yeah, that's a musket, and that was like a log cabin from like
it's a thunderbus or
the blunder
some like zombie things.
Blunderbuss.
Cool. That is our S tier of games that were announced at the Game Awards. Let's move on into the A tier. Oh, I put Hades 2 in the A tier, but I think it's S tier. So
I think it might be. I just haven't finished the first game.
So. Yeah. I think this next one is probably also S tier based on our enjoyment of the first one, but Star Wars Jedi Survivor, the follow-up to Fallen Order, we talked about the leak a couple weeks ago. That trailer was revealed, and I don't know what you guys get from this. I mean, they could have showed me anything, and I'd been like, "Yep, I'm playing that."
Yeah, I mean, it's just like Fallen Order, like we talked about last week or the week before, where it was the first game where you could, no kidding, be a Jedi in the way your mind thought you could be a Jedi.
Right.
So I'm sure they just compounded on that, and it's going to be outstanding.
Yeah, I mean, it's a sequel to a very successful game, so if they screw this up, then that'd be impressive.
Rip.
Yeah, Star Wars has never screwed up follow-up media after their first stuff, so
no.
It should be good.
Speaking of which, while we watch the trailer, have you guys watched Andor yet?
No.
I'm on episode 7. We've been binging it a little bit.
Easy texted me last night, and he's like, "Have you finished Andor?" I was kind of bored at first, but I cannot put it down.
Dude.
On episode 9, I was like, "Dude, that's what I've been telling theStroke and ImPickleMatt."
Are we supposed to know who this person in the tank is with no arm?
That is the Winter Soldier.
Yeah, that's right. That's what I was thinking.
Damn it.
No, dude, I was watching Andor and I was like, Imperial prisons are run very effectively. And my wife just looked at me like I was an idiot.
Yeah.
And that prison was very impressive.
Dude. Yeah.
Hey, no spoilers, dog. Well, yeah,
You better
here they
start
are.
watching it if you saying no spoilers.
Here they are showing a bunch of lightsaber stuff, and looks like we're gonna pick up right where we left off, fighting people who have better things than lightsabers. But yeah,
You guys got to watch the
No
newest
such
Rick and
thing.
Morty. Morty gets a lightsaber for Christmas, and he accidentally drops it point down, and it's starting to go to the core of the Earth, and it's going to destroy the Earth
Oh gosh.
because it just keeps going because it's point down.
my problem with games set in the pre-stuff we already know what happened in Star Wars time frame is that we know that they're not successful. So,
Dude,
what
the
are we
last
fighting for?
battle in The Last Jedi was incredible, though.
Yeah, it was really
that
good.
fight with, holy cow!
But like this,
I
looks
don't think-
even cooler. Excited.
Dude, the combat in this looks insane.
Well,
And
he was like kind of a wimpy, weak Jedi at first that hadn't used his powers much. So I think you're probably going to get like the Anakin vibes where you're getting better and better.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Or not
he
Anakin,
moved
but
on
Luke.
from awkward teenager Jedi to full on hunk Jedi, so we got that going for us. Into that sort of thing.
Jedi.
It was weird. They brought out the actual like voice actor, and he looks exactly like the character. They just modeled it off of him. I was like, this is
He's
weird.
I don't know if you've ever seen Gotham on TV.
Oh yeah, is he the Joker?
He actually plays the Joker in
Ah.
Gotham.
I thought that was him. Okay.
Yeah.
All right, dudes. I don't think any of us played Death Stranding, but Death Stranding 2 trailer was revealed, and I saw all I needed to see to know that I'm not going to be playing it, but everyone was pretty hyped about it. What are your guys' thoughts? Are you going to get back into the baby birth canal, or?
No.
No.
All right, moving on.
I do not have time to do a walking simulator or a package delivery simulator with whatever. Moving on.
I was the most surprising thing about this was I wasn't expecting them to make a sequel from this game because it had such mixed like reception. But yeah.
Yeah.
Wasn't that like his baby, that game? He probably just forced it upon them. He's like, I'm gonna make a sequel. I don't give a F what you guys think.
It reminds me of the game developer from Grandma's Boy. Like,
Yeah.
it kind of gives me those vibes.
I'm thinking I'm gonna get
Kojima.
robot legs.
Yeah.
It's a risky procedure, but it's worth it.
I saw on the Game Awards 2022 IGN article that whatever his name is,
Hideo Kojima.
yeah, he rewrote the whole story during COVID because of COVID. So I don't know how that plays into the storyline, but apparently he was just like, nope, we're scrapping everything. I'm rewriting it all.
Wow.
And they went a different direction.
He said something to the effect of he didn't want to predict the future, and so he changed. I was like, what?
Yeah.
You would if you had robot ears. Anyways.
Yeah.
From the developer who can seem to do no wrong right now, From Software had an awesome announcement that I did not see coming. But did you guys ever play the Armored Core games on PlayStation?
I never did.
No, I didn't.
So mechs, ultra customizable mech fighting game, action game. It's not tactical like a lot of other mech games that you get into, but yeah, so they said something to the effect of applying the lessons they've learned from modern game action Marvel, or I don't know, critically acclaimed action games, aka they're tooting their own horn about Elden Ring and Dark Souls, and saying they're applying it to the lessons learned from their other mech games. And Armored Core 6 trailer was revealed. It was kind of cool. It had a lot of like end of the world destruction type stuff going on, but other than that, didn't really reveal a whole lot, just announcing that the game is going on. But yeah, hard to screw up mechs. I think anyone tends to like getting in a giant mech and fighting.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Hence Diva. All right. Then they had this awesome, cool trailer for the Horizon Universe, Horizon Forbidden West Burning Shores. So basically an expansion was announced, and the cool part of this reveal was that they showed the Hollywood sign. So we're gonna be trouncing around in L.A., Beverly Hills.
Bill Murray's mansion.
There you have it. If he's still alive, I don't know what to say.
No, they killed him in what's that zombie movie?
Zombieland.
Zombieland, yeah.
Yeah, so this would be cool. It was cool trouncing around the Air Force Academy in the first one, and I haven't played the second one yet, but this will be neat for this expansion. PickleMatt, did you beat Forbidden West? Did you play it?
No, dude, it's installed on my PS5, but I have not even opened it yet.
Yeah, that was the bundle I got for my PS5, but I haven't touched it either.
You guys even game?
Sleeping on it. Yeah, dude, I gotta get through God of War. Come on.
God of War, Elden Ring, can't beat Tunic. I got all these unfinished games, 90% games. Anyways.
Yeah.
Cool. And then lastly, for the A tier, After Us. Swift, what do you got on this bad boy?
Dude, so if you can pull up the trailer, it reminds me of kind of the story of Spirit of the North, which I talked about months ago as far as my obscure game of the week. But essentially you are I guess a spirit that is, you essentially create Earth, and you have to go through the world and figure out the stories of people who have died before you. The gameplay looks really fun. You're like this miniature thing, but you can jump and kind of glide all over the map. The graphics look really good. I don't really know how else to describe it. It's a kind of a next generation platformer as far as 3D, 4D ish.
Huh. It looks like a puzzle game, I guess.
Yeah.
But there is some fighting action stuff going on. Looks pretty cool, though. After Us. That was a cool one. And there's a giant wiener dog spirit, so that you had me at giant wiener dog spirit.
There it is.
All right, boys. And we're starting to get into the lobies. B tier. Final Fantasy. I think we've all learned that nobody here is a huge Final Fantasy fan except for the MMO. But 16 was announced. This is probably the biggest gamer news, maybe Diablo, but Final Fantasy 16 is anticipated by a big group of people. So yeah, they had a action trailer, and I will say for that trailer, it was way darker than I would expect from a Final Fantasy game. There was blood. There was a kid covered in blood, and they murdered a chocobo right away. Weird.
Another one.
Pretty neat.
We're on 16 games worth of Final Fantasy. And it looks like they're...
And then Warhammer...
Oh, yeah, go ahead.
Go.
Go.
And then Warhammer 40K is what, the 50th Warhammer?
They make 7 Warhammer games a year.
Yeah.
And 7 people play them.
Yeah.
This is cool.
Warhammer 40K... Oh, Bolt Gun comes out 2023. Bolt Gun.
Gun.
What the F is that? Go ahead. Final Fantasy. Sorry.
They're leaning a lot more into the medieval style look rather than the modern cyberpunk type stuff they had in 15 going on. And there are a lot more giant monster battles than the previous couple games. So they're getting back into that jam, which is what you would expect. But yeah.
Elden Ring style.
Yeah. Summons is what they would call them in the Final Fantasy world. So anyways.
Cute.
Yeah. What else? All right, Swift. I gotta ask why this is in the B tier for you. Diablo 4, not S. I guess you're not a Diablo guy.
No, I've never really been a Diablo guy, so I put it B. It probably could go A in my mind, just because I know there's a strong following. I texted Easy the minute I saw the reveal. What is it? 6/6/23.
Yeah.
and he was super stoked about it. So I'm sure the Diablo faithful are just can't wait for it.
Dude,
but
we talked
for
about this
me,
on
it's meh.
We talked about this on the stream. I've never played a Diablo game, and I shit you negative, I don't think I've ever seen Diablo gameplay until I started looking up the Diablo 4 gameplay, and I think I would love this game.
I don't know how you haven't played these games. They're so
I don't
good.
know how you haven't either. I
Am I about
have
to
played a
lose
lot
my
of them.
soul into this?
They are soul sucking. That's
Dude.
Dude,
it looks like right up my alley.
It's like Lost Ark, and I know you didn't play that either on ImPickleMatt, did you?
I played Gauntlet Legends.
This is Gauntlet
arcade.
Legends on steroids and crack and other hallucinogens. That's what Diablo is.
Yeah, the trailer looks really good. It looks really cool. I just am not a Diablo person, so.
Oh man, I look like I probably am a Diablo person.
Yeah, I think you are, and especially after having played Heroes of the Storm, you'll recognize a bunch of the characters. You need to play this. Maybe I'll play with you because that'd
like
be
Tyrael there in the.
Yeah, dude, the Halsey integration to the trailer was pretty impressive.
Yeah,
or the little performance she gave that was well executed by them.
Yeah, we might have to have an episode on this game as it starts to come out because I've been watching some people have had early access to it, kind of all controlled by Blizzard, of course, and what they can release and whatnot. But people are saying this is the next big thing,
and they're not going to do any pay to win, supposedly. I
mean, this is kind of their last chance to save this franchise. So,
yeah.
Let's get in there with you can teach me, and then Easy can help me too.
Easy and Tiger still play Diablo 2 and 3. They love those games. So
up until this point, though, the Diablo games, the story / narrative has been pretty straightforward and not that cool, and it only really told in cinematics, especially in the Diablo 2 timeframe. Apparently, from what I've read and kind of seen on reviews, this storytelling has gone the full 10 on within the game, so that should be pretty exciting. Anyways, we won't get too belabored into the Diablo, but yeah.
That's just standard Blizzard, though, to make a story look cool, but then never do a story.
Yeah. Overwatch.
Yeah.
All right. Let's see. Let's start moving through these. Earthblade 2 or Earthblade. Is it Earthblade 2? No, I think it's just Earthblade.
No, yeah, it's just Earthblade.
Earthblade was another one that was announced. This is from the creators of Celeste. Did any of you guys play Celeste?
I did not.
No.
I would highly recommend it if you're a platformer. If you enjoy platforming, like hardcore platforming, because it's very hard, but really well made.
What's that stupid game that you played on the plane next to me?
Hollow Knight.
Yeah,
I was playing Celeste.
It's Hollow Knight.
I would take a break from Hollow Knight to play Celeste, and it was so hard that it would make me want to play Hollow Knight again. So they worked perfectly together.
Okay, jeepers. Never mind. Not playing it.
But the Celeste game was really, really cool because it was pixelated art and all that, but it told a really cool story about mental health in a metaphoric type way, which was really cool. Worth checking out. But anyways, Earthblade is their next game coming out, and I don't even really know exactly how they described it. It wasn't necessarily a platformer. It was like a action explorer. But anyways, that's it's got the same tropes, a seamless, no loading screen, giant 2D world for platforming, but I'm sure this thing is going to be very difficult. And I haven't been showing the trailer on the stream this whole time. Son of a...
Oh, that's you?
Yeah. Anyways.
What about Transformers Reactivate, though?
What did you guys think about this? I was shocked that it was a Transformers game, honestly.
I think Swift's note nails it on the head. Looks really cool, but no gameplay, so could be trash. That's 100% accurate.
Yeah, I don't know.
I think that's how I would describe any Transformer property.
Yeah, the first Transformers movie was really good, and then I don't even think I saw any other ones.
Reactivate Transformers. Do it. Anyways, all right. Moving on to C tier, we're just going to start talking about these real quick. No trailers for you because, we're not that excited about them. Crash Team Rumble. I don't even remember this one. Swift?
Dude, it's like a 4v4 thing where you have to collect fruit and compile them. It's like between capture the flag and I don't even know what you'd call it, like a horde thing where you have to collect a certain number of things, but it has all like the characters from the Crash Bandicoot world. And I was just like, yeah, no, I don't think that's gonna be for me.
Was it a MOBA?
It's not even a MOBA.
That's what I was like. Is this a Crash Bandicoot MOBA? But then it didn't.
No.
Yeah. Because I kind of probably would check that out, but I don't know what they made.
Yeah, I mean, look up the trailer if you're interested in Crash Bandicoot World. I watched it and I was just like, all right, cool. They made the trailer look decent, but not gonna be for me.
I'm very confused because your voice is exactly synced with real time, but your camera is like a minute off.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what to tell you.
You're in the past. Anyways, all right. Suicide Squad was another one they revealed, and I'm over anything DC, to be quite honest.
Oh,
yeah. Same. All their movies are trash. There's no way they did a good video game.
Negative. Joker was really good, but it's not a part of the universe, though. It's like a standalone.
The Joker.
I didn't like it.
With what's his name?
Joaquin.
Yeah.
Joaquin
Phoenix.
I thought was
not a DC made movie though, was it?
I mean, it was technically, yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
It was too dark. It had a too negative of an outlook on humanity that I just didn't really enjoy.
It made you feel weird.
Yeah, it made me feel like not excited to be a part of humanity. Anyways. Bayonetta Origins. This thing was a curveball. It has the name Bayonetta on it, but looked nothing like a Bayonetta game. And I was just like, did they just like decide that they wanted to try to make a happy, fun thing about Bayonetta? I was very confused.
Yeah, it was very weird.
Yeah, check that out because we just talked it up big time. All right, Baldur's Gate 3. This Dark Tide, is it Dark? No. Baldur's Gate 3. Can't remember what the is, but if you like tentacles and Cthulhu type stuff, this is the game for you, especially if you're a Dungeons and Dragons type of guy. Yeah. And Remnant 2. I can't remember this one. What was this one?
I watched this trailer with you guys on the stream. It was the one really creepy, like Resident Evil vibe kind of thing. With the spiky guy that hugs you to death.
Oh
yeah. I based on the gameplay, it looks a little bit lacking for me, but the graphics look good, and I mean, it wasn't a full gameplay trailer, so it has a little bit of promise. We'll see.
Yeah, I don't know. I looked at it and thought like a lot of world bosses.
Yeah, we'll see.
Third-person shooter.
Yeah, it gave me like a Elden Ring meets shooter type feel. Like they're trying to go after that crazy-looking, weird style monsters, but you have guns. So
yeah.
It could be entertaining if the gameplay is fun, because there is some really cool, neat-looking stuff here. But
also looks a little too creepy for me.
It looks like Silent Hill too is mixed in there. Silent Hill and
Yeah.
Resident Evil.
Also, is that the Undertaker?
That's what you said on the stream.
No. Looks like they borrowed I say borrow, but liberally borrowed some ideas from a lot of games now that I'm watching this again.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't know what's going on with this game.
Anyways, Remnant 2, and that rounds out our C tier list. The D tier, Lords of the Fallen. I was trying to figure out, is this a Lord of the Rings game?
No.
Because it looks like you're a ring wraith. Tell me I'm wrong.
It kind of looks like they're trying to make people think it's a Lord of the Ring game, so they called it that, and it's gonna be Garbo.
It's actually a remake. There was a Lords of the Fallen game in 2016.
Oh.
That I don't know if it's a remake or a remaster or a new game, but it has the same name as the game in 2016.
They did this right at the same time as Remnant, and it had like the crazy weird looking boss art style that Remnant game had, and I was like, everyone is just trying to get on that Elden Ring train.
Yeah, there's quite a bit of Elden Ring influence on there.
But he literally has the same crown as the ring wraiths.
Yeah. I don't know.
Because I could get behind a game where you're playing in the story of a ring wraith. Be badass. Anyways.
Find out more.
All right. Let's see what else. Hellboy. I never got behind the Hellboy train, but what are you guys' thoughts on Hellboy Web of Weird? Word?
Yeah, Web of something. WYRD. Yeah, I didn't think the movies were that entertaining, and I watched the trailer, and it's like 2D graphics.
Yeah,
and it just doesn't look that entertaining to me.
Yeah, it was kind of like a teaser too.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, scroll forward to the combat right about there.
Like, it doesn't even look like good cell shading. Like, there's too much obscure blackness.
Yeah.
I
don't know what they're trying to do with it, but overall I thought, meh, probably not.
Yeah, probably not. That's why it's in the D tier. And that's why we should stop talking about it. Judas! Swift says no idea what happened in this trailer.
Dude,
this one
watch the trailer and tell me what you think. I literally have no idea what's happening.
Dude, it says at the beginning from the creators of BioShock, and it literally has the same exact magical hand mech from BioShock, the original BioShock, and it has almost the exact same vibes as BioShock.
So this is actually from the actual big time producer creator. I can't remember his name, but he was one of the brainchilds of BioShock, the way that game was, and then he went off to work some other projects and be a part of some different stuff. So this is basically,
apparently the only thing that I read about this is you're in space and there was a shipwreck, and you just have to figure out, are you going to make things right with people who have survived, or are you just going to burn it all down and kill everyone?
This will be good.
Sounds like
I bet
option 2 for me.
I bet you this will be good. People will like this game.
Yeah, a lot of these games these are very early, so we have no idea, honestly.
They're really leaning into the weirdness that is BioShock, but they kind of have to get a little really, really weird to make it stand out. So we'll see. Judas. That should round out our D tier. Let's see. On to the bottom of the list that nobody cares about. Swift
we need to go back over these after this year is over and see if we were.
Yeah, actually, we should save them and see if it aged well.
We should look at our last year's too. I think we talked something similar to this, things that we thought were exciting, and see what our thoughts were. I'm gonna go listen to that episode after this.
Yeah.
Anyways, all right, we got Street Fighter 6. Guess what? It's Street Fighter. Tekken 8, same story. Tekken. Crime Boss, Rockay City. Okay, so I watched this trailer. It basically looked like they were trying to jump on that Grand Theft Auto train, but hire a bunch of famous actors to be a part of it. And I'm not on board with what they had going on. So
yeah.
And then Swift, he's just not on the Cyberpunk train. Phantom Liberty, they had a trailer for their DLC, which is not going to be free, which was kind of surprising, based on how they boned us at the beginning.
They owe me money for the first version.
Yeah. But they did show a trailer for that. But anyways, for each of you, what is your most excited thing? I think, Swift, you said, where was it?
Replaced
for this
replaced
for the Game Awards. Replaced is what I'm looking forward to most. Yeah.
PickleMatt.
Going away from like the AAA, like I think it'd be easy to say the Star Wars game, but I really want Dune Awakening to be a big deal. So that's the one I'm shooting for.
I will pile onto that. I want that to be really good too.
Nice.
I'm excited for that.
I am on board the Diablo train. I played all of them a lot. I only stopped playing Diablo 3 because, I was done. I did everything I needed.
Got other games to play.
But I only play on hardcore mode, which I can't get easy to play with me. PickleMatt, in hardcore, when you die, you die. Your character's dead. We're good.
That was when I first played, because I played Diablo 2 for a while. When I first started playing Diablo 3, I played with Easy, and he's like, "Yeah, let's just go hardcore." And I made it like 12 levels and died, and I was like, "No, I'm done with this."
Oh, I'm done.
Yeah, that is a surefire way to get me to only play a game for about 3 days.
Yeah,
but the loot drop rate is way higher on hardcore.
Way better. Yeah. Still not worth it.
And the risk, it's way more exciting when you're like emotionally invested, except when you're playing with Zarisk and his internet goes out when he's trying to power level you. And there's nothing you can do to save him because you're super underpowered and you're just watching him die slowly to these monsters.
And then you die.
And then I die. And then we're done.
Yeah.
Anyways. Cool. Well, there you have it. That kind of sums up the Game Awards. We talked about the wacky ending to that bad boy. Overall, there was some cool stuff. I guess we do need to talk about some of the awards. Maybe we should talk about some of the Game Awards. Game of the Year, Elden Ring. What do you guys think? Deserved? Was it Ragnarok or Elden Ring in your books?
Elden Ring.
I think from a game, I don't know. I haven't finished God of War, so I can't put a vote in.
I also think so. A lot of that I think comes from Elden Ring coming out in February.
Right.
People being able to play through it multiple times or whatever. It sucks when you release a game at the end of October and hope to get a bid in early December. Good luck.
God of War did take a bunch of awards from Elden Ring.
Did.
I think was it music? Best performance went to Chris Judge, who, by the way, gave a 12-minute speech. I looked it up.
Longest speech of all time.
What else did they win? I think maybe it was Game Direction. No, that was Elden Ring. Might have been a couple others in there. But yeah, it was a back and forth between Elden Ring and God of War all night, and it was cool to watch.
Which it should have been, let's be honest. Those are only those are the two big games that came out. The fact that like Call of Duty was in the same category as Elden Ring and God of War, like get the fuck out of here.
Stray.
No shot. And Stray, come on.
My biggest surprise of the night was that Tunic didn't win any awards. That game deserves way more praise.
I thought they won indie game. Oh no, Stray won that.
Stray beat him.
That's so absurd.
I do love that Splatoon 3 beat won best multiplayer game over Call of Duty Overwatch 2. That's the best.
Splatoon, baby. Squids.
F Activision, I guess, and Blizzard.
Yeah, that was funny to watch. Nice. Cool. What else happened? That's about it. So it started off on a rough note because Al Pacino got up there, who had no business being there and barely could read the teleprompter. And I think someone was a friend of his and was like, "Hey, do you want to talk at the Game Awards?" He's like, "Yeah, but I gotta talk at the beginning because I'm 87 years old."
He literally had no idea what was happening.
What I don't even know was he on?
Yeah, well, not
he
only
probably
that,
thought he was doing like a charity for a high school or something.
Yeah, he had no idea he was talking about video games.
It was so cringy. He was like, he's like, "Well, I don't play video games, but I watch my kids play video games." And by kids, he probably meant grandkids.
His kids are like 70.
So at first I was like, "Oh, this is a bad look." And then
yeah, it started off rough.
The voice actor won best performance for Kratos, and then he gets up there and just starts babbling and crying, and I was like, "Okay, this is not good." And then they started doing all the trailers, so I was like, "Okay, you're getting better."
And then the kid got up there and talked about Bill Clinton and rounded it all out.
Yeah. The performances are cool overall, but yeah, what this thing is really about is the game reveals, and they seem to be getting bigger and bigger every year at this thing. This might be I guess E3 is coming back, but this has kind of been the outlet for a lot of companies to talk about their stuff. We forgot to talk about this, but we did talk a little bit about it while we were watching it. But the Mario movie had some clips that we got to watch. What'd you guys think?
Yeah.
Are you more excited now after watching it? I'm feeling a little bit better about the whole thing.
I'm on the Mario movie hype train now.
Yeah, I think it's gonna be great.
Cool, nice. Yeah, I'm the same, and I can live with Chris Pratt as the voice of Mario. That was fine.
Yeah.
Very nice. All right, that sums it up. Let's move into what we played this week, and cue sound thingy. All right, Swift, I'm going to let you lead off because I think you got back into the business when it comes to video games. I'm excited.
Dude, I had a week.
Business.
Like I said, I've been sick, so I had a lot of time to play video games, and this weekend was extra special. So I played my obscure game of the week. Is going to be sorry, I missed a few weeks, I know, but Wildcat Gun Machine. You guys ever heard of it?
I have.
I've heard of it. Yeah.
Have you guys played it? Is it not that obscure?
No, I have not played it. No.
Oh, okay. It was free on Epic Games last week.
Oh, that's why I heard it. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So I downloaded it and decided to play for a little while. Wildcat Gun Machine, bullet hell dungeon crawler. So essentially, it's a top-down, like 2D kind of thing where your cursor is wherever you're aiming, and then your WASD keys are where you're moving. And there's lots of enemies and stuff and things to dodge and TNT and all that stuff. Like it was kind of cool, but overall, meh.
Bullet hell type game.
Yeah, bullet hell. Bullet hell dungeon crawler is how they describe it.
Oh, it has like hand-drawn sprites. Got it. Okay.
Yeah.
Weird. That menu looked like Nerf guns, like real pictures of Nerf guns. What is happening?
Yeah, right.
There's a real cat.
I didn't get that far in the game. I'm still leveling up, but overall, pretty good time. When I have time, I'll get back in there, but not something that is going to draw me back immediately. So that'll be my obscure game. I played some WoW Classic, just a little bit. Played some Destiny, new season out. I know you and Craig were in there getting your games on. All I did was the intro, like prologue quests for the season. I didn't actually get into any of the new content other than the initial quests, but overall it's fun. I haven't used that new SMG that makes you Leviosa when you use it, but looking forward to that. You, myself, Oh, wait. You played, and then I joined, and then you ditched us. But Tygar, Easy, and myself played some HOTS for a little bit, which was fun. I know you had to pick up the kiddos. No judgments there. But we played some HOTS. It was great. Played some Warzone 2.0 with Easy. Still don't really understand the loot system and how I'm doing it.
The UI,
But,
man, I can't get over it.
Again, I
Dude,
feel like
just trying to get into a Warzone game is just a giant pain in the
Inviting
ass.
your friends is what's happening.
no, it's gotten better. It's gotten better.
Did they
Come
fix
on,
some
guys.
shit?
Yeah. Easy and I had no issues, and whenever we clicked a game, we played duos. Like, I don't know, the worst part was like 25 seconds before we were in a game, and then 8 seconds before we were actually playing, or before we dropped in. So not terrible. Played some Overwatch. That was, Overwatch. And then I actually downloaded WoW Retail again and have been playing some Dragonflight.
Dude,
It's a gateway drug. WoW Classic's a gateway drug.
Dude, I saw Asmongold posted a video about Retail and like a reaction video to somebody talking about it. And I was like, all right, well, let's just try it out a little bit. And I haven't played like any at all. I've been trying to figure out what character I would, or what class I would like to play. But yeah, I got in there a little bit. I got in there a little bit earlier today, just for like 10 minutes, just again, try to figure out what class I wanted to play. But I may be back in there before you know it. We'll see. And Craig the Ghost says, Warzone is so annoying to me, still clunky and meh. It is clunky. It's clunkier than the previous one. But again, I think it, like, once you get used to it, I think it tailors itself to not professional players sliding around and fucking shooting around corners and stuff.
I remember feeling that way in the first Warzone too. So I think I might just need more time with it. But
yeah, I just got to get used to the mechanics of it more than anything. Plus, it doesn't help that the last Warzone that we started playing, we all played COD beforehand. So we had max level guns that had no recoil. We had the meta guns. So it was very simple.
Part. I'm getting killed by people with gold skin guns, and I'm like, I'm still rocking this ground loot, baby.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So it sucks, but it's just one of those things. But yeah, I had a gaming week, and it was awesome, and I really enjoyed myself. But that's it. That rounds it out.
Nice, dude.
That's impressive.
That's exciting. You know, being sick when you were a kid was awesome because you got to play video games. So I'm glad to see that you still get to do that. That's awesome.
Yeah, dude, it was great.
All right, PickleMatt, what'd you get into? One game.
I played one game this week, and it was God of War. So
what else do you need?
I just gotta sit down and get through it. I did see on Discord it said you were on HOTS Stroke.
Oh,
and so I actually booted the game up, thinking like I'll play a game or two, and you were not actually there. I'm really disappointed. But yeah, dude, I'm just gonna power through God of War. I think that's gonna be the rest of my gaming time for a little bit, and then we'll see where we move on to.
Nice. Where are you?
I just Atreus just had a dream.
Okay. And you're done with that dream?
No.
Okay. Yeah, that's kind of a long dream. Nice. Well, cool. That part's pretty cool, I thought, but anyways.
Yeah, it's I love the game. I love it so much. And it plays a little bit better for me than Elden Ring because there's a less dynamic story and like a more linear kind of thing.
Yeah.
But not so much that you feel like you're just getting pulled through the game because there's plenty of other stuff to do.
Yeah, but you don't have to like search out the story and whatnot. Like it kind of just happens. Yeah, Elden Ring, you got to kind of dig. Nice. Cool. I had quite a decent gaming week. I as well got into some God of War Ragnarok, and I'm close. Well, actually, I lied. I thought I was close, and then this giant area opened up full of side quests, and I spent pretty much an entire night telling Jen that I would be up to bed here in a few minutes, only to basically clear out this entire massive area.
One more game, just give me one more game.
Just one more. The problem with God of War is it never really tells you like, okay, you've reached a good spot to like stop. It just keeps.
There is no good stuff in that game.
Yeah, it's terrible and beautiful. Cool. I did play some Destiny 2 and getting my grind on in that thing. It feels good. I don't know if I'm going to be as invested in this season as I was in the last one. It's kind of what happens to me in that game is I play a season hardcore and then I take one off or two off. I might just get into this a little bit while we wait for the next expansion. Cool. My buddy Dom was over and I got him talking about League of Legends. He used to be a big League of Legends player, like pretty high up there ranked, was getting pretty serious about it. Then he had kids and whatnot. And then so he was over, we were talking about the podcast, and I was like, well, there's a mobile version for iPad and your phone, Wild Rift, and it plays pretty well. And he was like, really? And I was like, yeah, and the games only take 10 to 15 minutes. And so he downloads it, and then next thing I know, the next day he's messaging me, hey, let's join up and play one of these.
Get on, dude.
I was mobile gaming with him, so I did play some Wild Rift and had a great time with that thing.
Nice. I've never actually played. I've played League of Legends before, but I've never played the Wild Rift.
Check it out. It gets rid of a lot of the things that suck about League of Legends. It just makes it a lot faster and less.
Hopefully not the toxicity.
No, that's still there. Real nice. Cool. Let's see. I did play some HOTS. I'm sorry, PickleMatt, you're not here, but I did not invite you. And I left when you showed up, Swift. And Easy and Tygar, I convinced them finally to play the real version of the game, not ARAM, and we won 2 or 3 ranked matches. So yeah, they're professional HOTS players now.
Dude, I want to get in there.
Let's go.
We need to get in there and play some real games.
Yep. Had a great time there, and especially since PickleMatt was there. Oh, sorry. Welcome back.
Oh, wait.
Cool. I've been playing a lot of DCS, Digital Combat Simulator. I don't know. It's the most realistic airplane flying sim. That's not Flight Simulator that you're going to find out there. In preparation for this thing that I was doing at Viral, and good God, that game is very accurate when it comes to the representation of the F-16. Somebody made some money.
Tell us about this thing at Viral.
Oh, yeah. So at Viral, I spent tonight teaching some people who signed up how to fly an F-16 in DCS. And we had all the hands-on stick and throttle, the one that is a pretty close replica to it's a actual replica for the A-10, but you can mech all of the stuff like you would in the Viper to all those buttons.
So I was wondering about this because I feel like a flight simulator is not, I guess a dime a dozen. Was it a center stick or was it an actual side stick?
It is a center stick.
Okay. That's what I figured. No. I was thinking about that the other day and I was like, how the hell are you going to teach somebody to fly the F-16 with a center stick?
Yeah, it did take a little getting used to, but I set up a little scenario where they kind of went on a little bombing run and then had to strafe some airfield, and then they got rolled up on by some MiG-29s and they do a little dogfight scenario. So it was pretty cool.
Nice.
A couple guys in there actually did pretty well. So hooked them up with some Tiger swag that I had lying about.
Hooked them up with some guard applications.
And they're going to be applying for pilot training here shortly. And, you'll see them in there. Cool. And then lastly, the game that has taken the most of my time, surprisingly, this week, and it happened with my wife. And oh my OMG, boys, you got to play this with a significant other. So I didn't realize this until we watched the Game Awards, but that game won Game of the Year last year. Not just like indie game or anything like that, which I think EA made that game anyway. So actual Game of the Year. And I was like, no way. Because I watched the trailer. It's called It Takes Two. It is a cooperative puzzle-solving game about adult relationship, like significant other relationships. That is so good and really, really fun.
Sex simulator.
No, there's no sex.
No.
Well, there's some.
My wife hates video games, so
no, I'm telling you, dude. She'll.
Is it on Switch?
No,
Does
but it's on Game Pass.
Use a controller.
Okay.
You do have to use a controller.
Yeah, that's not gonna work.
She'll figure it out. I swear, it's so easy.
Yeah, Craig and I are gonna play together when I go to DC on Friday.
There you go. It takes two, baby. One of you does have to be a woman made out of wood. So there's that. But Jen and I have been having a great time. Jen has actually been slightly obsessed with it. Every time she's home and we're home at the same time, she's like when the kids aren't home, she's like, all right, turn it on. Like, it's not even like, do you want to play? It's like, all right, go to the couch.
So it's a puzzle game.
It's a puzzler. There's some action stuff in there, but it mixes all kinds of cool stuff that you've seen in other games. But this is the kind of game, Swift, that I know you'll like. So if you can, I know Shannon hates or thinks she's really bad at video games, but you should try this with her. It's pretty cool.
All right. Yeah, I'll have to try it.
Jen and I have been having a great time. And it's very creative in like the things that you can do. So you can progress a story and stuff, but every once in a while there's these things in there called challenges, and they're just things you can do battling each other. So like literally one of them is you play chess against each other with like a giant chessboard, like wizard's chess. There's one where you're playing curling against each other. So there's just like random mini games in there where you're fighting each other. And it's awesome. Check it out.
Nice.
It's on Game Pass.
Yeah, Craig, if I can't get Shannon in there, we'll have to play at least a little bit while I'm over.
Boys, you can pitch this to her in a way that they will play it, because the focus of the game, the storytelling, is all built around like basically like there's this couple that's getting divorced and their daughter basically makes a wish that they would become friends again. And so narratively on top of what you're doing in the game, it's also like this couples therapy like thing happening. And so it touches on like all these things, like some deep stuff, like don't lose your passion and always be supportive of it. It's like really cool. Check it out online.
All right.
But there's a way for you to slip it in there like, hey, I think this would help us improve our relationship. And then it's also got
just a way to slip it in there. Got it.
Slip it in there.
Just slide it in. All right. Anyways. Cool. That's my gaming week, and that is our gaming week as a podcast triumvirate. If there's a game you want us to play and talk about, oh my God, I just scrolled down on this document. Anyways, reach out to us at OMG_podcastGG on Twitter, Instagram, or OMGpodcastGG@gmail.com. Like we talked about before, and we'd love to hear from you. Like we talked about earlier, follow us on Twitter and leave us an Apple Podcast review with your Twitter handle in there. And you will be entered to win that BD1 Lego set. We'll be giving that away on our Christmas episode, so you got some time to do that. But also share with your friends, and I hope you guys have happy holidays as you go about your gaming ways. Swift, what do you got before these folks leave? You want to tell them not to go on the stage with the Japanese developers and talk about Bill Clinton, or?
No. I was gonna say, if you're not a follower on Twitter or you're listening on Apple Podcasts, dude, I got Legos for my like 18th birthday because it was what I loved as a kid, and my mom just gave me Legos, and I had the best time ever with them. I just built all kinds of stuff. So if you're into Legos, if you're into building anything, then do us a favor, like it on Twitter, leave a podcast review on applepodcast.com, and you could be the next winner of a super sweet Lego set. So
dude,
please,
Legos are zen for adults. If you've done this,
they're amazing.
You've become an adult, like this gets just very. I built this Nintendo like because it just felt good.
Yeah,
it even works.
That's awesome.
PickleMatt, what do you got for these folks?
Skiaffa. Oh no, I think he wanted me to talk for longer.
I'm back. Skialpha. All right. Which is that his green arrow or his other one?
I haven't unlocked the other one, so thanks for the spoiler.
Oh.
I assumed that there would be more based on the talent tree, but yeah.
The talent tree is the biggest spoiler in that game.
Yeah.
Or when you're trying to solve a puzzle and the person literally gives you 30 seconds and then goes, "Hey, look, Kratos, there's something over here."
Yeah. Either Mimir or Tyr. They're just like, "Hey, look over there, idiot."
Oh, I hate that. Can you turn that off? Oh, anyways. All right. Well, that's it. That's all we got for you. And if you're going to go to the Game Awards next year, make some moves like old boy.
Get up on stage, dog.
All right. Thanks for joining us in the chat tonight. And like we said earlier, if you want to catch us live every night at twitch.tv/OMGpodcast, you can, be a part of the chat. Talk about video games while we talk about video games. Cool, boys. Thanks for being here. And everyone have a Merry Christmas. And it's going to be a little bit weird. Stay flexible over the next couple weeks because we're all going to be out and about in different places. So we might have to change some dates, times, and or... if it even happens at all. So we'll figure that out as we go. You can follow the updates on Twitter, and we'll keep you informed. Find our other episodes on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or omgpodcast.podbean.com, or anywhere else you might find them. Just because you have to grow up doesn't mean you have to stop gaming. Game on, gamers, and we'll see you on the next episode of One More Game. Swift, Matt, see ya.
See ya.
See ya.